Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Zoom meeting with His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on July 26th, 2020 in Sridham, Mayapur, India. The Zoom session was with the Malaysian youth devotees.
Karoti Rachalam Pangalang Ayatayam Yatipatalan Mande Srigaram Nidhaninam Aramanandam Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishram Hariho Atsat. Thank you very much for showing some of the youth activities in Malaysia.
Thank you very much for showing some of the youth activities in Malaysia.
Very ecstatic.
It is very ecstatic.
Festivals, dramas, prasadam,
Festivals, dramas, prasadam,
Radhayatras, celebrations.
Rath Yatra and celebrations.
The Prabhupada was saying that in the first lives, first videos, that he's an old man.
So Prabhupada was saying that in the first slide or first video that he is an old man.
He's 76.
He is 76.
He already had a massive heart attack in 1971.
He had already had a massive heart attack in 1971.
Of that, a warning was there from Krishna.
So the word warning was there from Krishna.
That anytime he may go.
That any time he may go.
So he was living in his hands, in the hands of his young disciples.
So he was living in the hands of his young disciples. The Krishna conscious movement.
Now the youth of Malaysia are the new generation.
So now the youths of Malaysia are the new generation.
We were young at that time.
We were young at that time.
And now we're also old.
But now we are also old.
I had in that sense, I had a warning. In 2008, I had a stroke.
In that sense, in 2008, I had a stroke.
And they gave me 0% to survive.
And they gave me 0% to survive.
Somehow I'm still here.
Somehow I am still here.
But then in 2018, I had a kidney failure.
But then in 2018, I had a kidney failure.
The liver was dysfunctional.
The liver was dysfunctional.
And then I had a liver and a kidney transplant.
And then I had a liver and a kidney transplant.
And then I had skin cancer.
And then I had a skin cancer.
That was operated on.
And that was operated on.
So I'm getting frequent warnings.
I'm getting frequent warnings.
And so, remembering what Prabhupada said,
So remembering what Prabhupada said,
it's important that our youth in Malaysia
it's important that our youths in Malaysia
take up this Krishna consciousness very seriously.
take up this Krishna consciousness very seriously.
Be happy.
Be happy.
Make others happy.
And make others happy.
Spread Krishna consciousness.
Spread Krishna consciousness.
That's the message I got.
That's the message I got.
And I saw that there's a lot of potential.
I saw that there is a lot of potential.
All that address the youth You are the power of your country.
So Prabhupada addressed the youth that you are the future of the country,
Power.
of the country,
And you are the future also.
and you are the future also.
So, the same thing applies to the youth of Malaysia.
So the same thing applies to the youths of Malaysia.
You are the power of your country, you are the future,
You are the power of your country, you are the future,
and very important that you take this Krishna consciousness very seriously.
it's very important that you take this Krishna consciousness very seriously.
And see that the movement goes from strength to strength.
See that the movement go from strength to strength.
So I'm very happy to see these various activities of the youth.
So I'm very happy to see these various activities of the youth.
A lot of energy,
There are a lot of energy,
a lot of nice Krishna conscious activities.
lot of nice Krishna conscious activities.
Very important that you take up more leadership roles.
It's very important that you take up more leadership roles.
And you see that the Krishna conscious movement in Malaysia succeeds.
You have to see that the Krishna consciousness movement in Malaysia succeeds.
So you always try to divide devotees.
Kali Yuga will always try to divide the devotees.
You have to remain united.
You have to remain united.
And Prabhupada is our inspiration.
With Prabhupada as our inspiration.
He came himself to Malaysia.
He came himself to Malaysia.
He inaugurated a preaching here
He inaugurated a preaching there
in Malaysia.
in Malaysia.
And he had a great vision.
And he had a great vision
Malaysia will be a very Krishna conscious.
that Malaysia would be very Krishna conscious.
Also, the majority of Malaysians follow Islam.
But since majority of Malaysians follow Islam,
There are 99 names of Allah in the Quran.
there are 99 names of Allah in Quran.
So they could chant some names of Allah
So they could chant some of the names of Allah
because this is a kind of punishment from the laws of nature
So because this is a kind of punishment from the laws of nature,
because we have broken the laws.
because we have broken the laws.
And therefore, many people, when we kill, Prabhupada was saying, we do one at a time.
So when we kill, Prabhupada said that we do one at a time.
When Krishna kills, he does mass.
But when Krishna kills, he does mass.
Now we're seeing in this global pandemic,
Now we are seeing in this global pandemic,
and 13 or 14 million people have got it,
13 or 14 million people have gotten it.
and 600,000 have passed away.
And 600,000 have passed away.
And it's not at its peak yet.
And it is not at its peak yet.
It's still increasing.
And it's still increasing.
So that's why people should chant the name of God.
So that's why people should chant the names of God.
Whether they're Christian or Islam, Buddhist,
Whether they are Christians or Islams or Buddhists,
or they're Krishna conscious,
or they are Krishna
or
conscious,
Hindu, chant the name of Krishna.
or Hindus chant the names of Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare is a data form. It can mean either Hari or Hara.
Hare is?
Hari or Hara.
Hare can mean Hari or Hara.
Hara is the name of Radha.
Hara is the name of
And
Radha,
Hari is the name of Krishna.
and Hari is the name of Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Everyone should chant that.
So everyone should chant that.
Or chant some name of God if you can't chant that.
Or chant some name of God if you can't chant that.
and we can have our program on time.
So we can have our
Then we can have our program on schedule.
then we can have our program on schedule.
They're all racing to find the vaccine.
So they all racing to find the vaccine.
And they say that we will soon find it.
And they are saying that we will soon find it.
But there's still not a vaccine for AIDS.
But there is still no vaccine for AIDS.
So they may or may not find the vaccine.
They may or may not find the vaccine.
That depends on the mercy of Krishna.
That depends on the mercy of Krishna.
Everyone should chant the name of God, Krishna.
So everyone should chant the names of God, Krishna.
I want to thank all the youths.
So I want to thank all the youths,
Boys and girls,
for their enthusiastic activities.
And nice to see how Swami, Dhananda Swami,
It's very nice to see how Bhakti Vinod Swami, Janananda Swami,
Samashwar Das,
Simheshwara Das,
and others are very active,
others are very active.
all encouraging you,
They are all encouraging you
engage in Krishna consciousness.
to engage in Krishna consciousness.
I'm very happy to see all these
So I am very happy to see all these
nice results.
all nice results.
And I want to see more.
And I want to see more.
Tell me when you have every year you should have the activities of the year.
Tell me when you have every year the activities of the year.
And it'll be very interesting.
It will be very interesting.
Also, I like to present some of this to our TBCs.
Also, I would like to present some of this to our GBCs.
Let them know the Malaysian youth are very dynamic, active.
To let them know that the Malaysian youths are very dynamic and active.
Anyway, it's nice that you're celebrating the 50th anniversary of Prabhupada's arrival in Malaysia.
Anyway, it is nice that you are celebrating 50th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's arrival in Malaysia.
We hope everything can go on as scheduled.
We hope everything can go on as scheduled.
Well, I would like to come. Let's see.
Well, I would like to come. Let's see. Okay, we will open for the question and answer session now. So there's a question from Shema. Hare Krishna Maharaj. My question is, how am I supposed to keep compassion on someone who has done wrong to us?
In the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam,
In the first canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam,
the cow and bull were beaten by the personality of Kali.
the cow and the bull being beaten up by the personality of Kali.
Cow and bull were representing Dharma, actually.
Cow and the bull were representing Dharma.
They found all the fault with other things like their own karma.
They found all the faults with other things, like with their own karma.
They didn't blame personality Kali.
They didn't blame the personality of Kali.
But, Parikshit Maharaj,
But Parikshit Maharaj,
he arrested the personality Kali.
he arrested the personality of Kali.
Anyway, so if someone's causing us difficulty,
Anyway, if someone is causing us difficulties,
we don't hold that person personally responsible.
we don't hold that person personally responsible.
That such things happen because we have done something in the past
Such thing happens because we have done something in the past
to deserve it.
to deserve it.
Maybe not in this life, maybe in some previous life.
Maybe not in this life, but in some previous lives.
But anyway, And we think that, hope that this person would be saved from any misconceptions.
Anyway, we hope that this person may be saved from any misconceptions.
We don't personally hold any grudge.
We don't personally hold any grudge.
We don't wish bad on another.
We don't wish any bad on another.
There's a story about this. So there was a hunter. He escaped in a tree.
There was a hunter. He sleeps in the tree.
He escaped in a tree
He escaped in the tree
from a tiger.
from a tiger.
The tiger wanted to eat him.
The tiger wanted to eat him,
There was a bear in the tree.
but there was a bear in the tree.
Now the tiger said
So the tiger said
to the bear,
to the bear,
knock the hunter down and I'll eat him.
"Knock the hunter down and I will eat him."
And the bear said, well, since you've taken shelter in my tree,
The bear said, "Well, since he had taken the shelter of my tree,
I don't want to knock him down.
I don't want to knock him down."
So then the bear went to sleep.
Then the bear went to sleep.
The tiger told the hunter,
And the tiger told the hunter,
you knock the bear down
"You knock the bear down
and I'll eat him.
and I will eat him."
So the hunter then knocked the bear,
And the hunter, he knocked the bear,
and the bear caught another branch and saved himself.
and the bear caught another branch and saved himself.
And the tiger said, knock down the hunter, he has betrayed you.
And the tiger said, "Knock down the hunter, he had betrayed you."
And the bear said,
And the bear said,
don't treat one bad deed with another bad deed.
"Don't treat one bad deed with another bad deed."
So this was said by Sita Devi.
So this was said by Sita Devi.
And that from this we can learn that we should not treat another person bad, even if they treat us bad.
From this we can learn that we should not treat another person bad even though they treat us bad.
Krishna will judge them.
Krishna will judge them.
Let's not do something that Krishna judges us negatively.
Let us not do something that Krishna judges them negatively. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances.
Accept it.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, how to be balanced with our services and sadhana while managing children? Usually whenever I have temple services, I'll try my best to engage my both sons, Aryan Kshetra and Gaur Sham Sundar. At the same time, I am in little fear that I might be neglecting them. In this situation, how do I handle them? Your spiritual daughter, Sita Sarveshwari Devi Dasi.
For the grihastas, taking care of your children is also a devotional service.
For the grihastas, taking care of your children is also a devotional service.
So you shouldn't neglect your children
So you shouldn't neglect your children.
and see how to do both. It's all right.
You should see how to do both all right.
But you should not neglect the children.
But you should not neglect the children.
That was Prabhupada's advice.
That was Prabhupada's advice. Question by Dameshwar Chaitanya Das. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Gurudev, my question, as young grahastha, currently my focus is more to material commitments and temple seva, and getting little and temple seva are getting limited due to the commitments. Please kindly advise how to make balance both life. Some tips please, Guru Maharaj.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was a grihastha,
Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he was a grahastha,
but he was very expert in time management.
but he was very expert in time management.
So he had a certain time for his job.
So he had certain time for his job,
Which was he was working for the British government
He was working for the British government
as a district magistrate.
as a district magistrate.
But then he gave time every day for his family.
But then he gave time every day for his family.
He had time for chanting japa,
He gave time for chanting his japa,
doing some preaching,
doing some preaching,
writing books,
writing books,
sleeping.
sleeping.
So he had everything worked out.
He had everything worked out.
How many hours for this? Nothing was neglected.
How many hours for this, and nothing was neglected.
So, being a grihastha,
So being a grihastha,
then the Sansar Tipika,
in the Samskara Deepika,
Gopal Bhatta Swami, he mentioned that
Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he mentions that
the grihastha ashram is the responsible ashram.
the Grihastha ashram is the responsible ashram.
You have many responsibilities.
You have many responsibilities.
A brahmachari is basically free of these responsibilities.
A brahmachari is basically free of these responsibilities.
But grihastha, you have to do many things.
But grihasthas, you have to do many things.
You have to take care of your wife, your children, your finance, your spiritual life.
You have to take care of your wife, you have children, you have finance,
and your spiritual life.
and your spiritual life.
All these things, nothing can be neglected.
All these things, nothing can be neglected.
So, how to balance? You have to plan out your day.
How to balance? You have to plan out your day.
And that way, if the wife is also Krishna conscious,
In that way, if the wife is also Krishna conscious,
she can help you how to make a very Krishna conscious day.
she can help you how to make a very Krishna conscious day.
So, no time for Maya.
So, no time for Maya.
All devotional service.
All devotional service.
Haribol.
Hari Bol. Question by Suresh. Guru Maharaj, accept my respectful obeisances. I am only following 3 of the 4 principles, which is intoxication, yet I am using tulsi beads. Is that? He is only following 3 of the 4 regulative principles. He is not able to follow preventing intoxication. So is it okay for him to wear tulsi beads?
I only heard that if you wear tulsi, if you're a vegetarian.
I only heard that you can wear tulsi only if you are a vegetarian. If you wear tulsi, you have to be a vegetarian.
It would be good if you could also avoid intoxication.
It would be good if you can also avoid intoxication.
Actually, by chanting Hare Krishna and engaging in devotional service,
Actually, by chanting Hare Krishna and engaging in devotional service,
that's the highest ecstasy.
that is the highest ecstasy.
Why should you depend on something artificial?
Then why should we dependent on something artificial?
So, I don't know which intoxication is
I don't know.
capturing you,
I don't know which intoxication is capturing you.
but it would be good to avoid that.
But it would be good to avoid that.
When I was a Bhakta in Montreal,
When I was a Bhakta in Montreal,
there was one new devotee who joined,
there was one new devotee who joined,
and he was addicted to smoking.
and he was addicted to smoking.
So at that time, Prabhupada was very merciful.
So at that time, Prabhupada was very merciful.
He said, all right, you can smoke first you do 7, 6, 5, 4, 1, reduce it 1 per day.
So Prabhupada said it's okay, but reduce it 1 per day.
And at the end of the week, 0.
At the end of the week, it will be 0.
and then stop.
And then stop.
I used to smoke
I used to smoke
as a non-devotee,
as a non-devotee.
and someone had a bet,
And someone has a breath.
and they would bet with me.
Bet. Someone.
I was in Maya,
I was in Maya.
so he bet me $50 who could not smoke the longest.
So he bet me $50. Okay, do not smoke longer.
So I stopped smoking.
So we stopped smoking. So I stopped smoking.
He stopped smoking.
He stopped smoking.
He lost the bet.
He lost the bet.
And I thought, why should I start smoking again?
Then I thought, why should I start smoking again?
So I never smoked after that.
So I never smoked after that.
That was before I was a devotee.
That was before I was a devotee.
Like that. And maybe some habit.
Like that, maybe some habit.
You should gradually give it up.
You should gradually give it up.
And then I want to be fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness.
And then we want to be fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness.
Now I look back on those days, I think how I wasted my life.
Now I look back those days, I think how I've wasted my life.
And your youths are so fortunate. Many of you are born in the family of devotees.
And you youths are very fortunate. Many of you are born in the family of devotees.
So maybe many of you have never had this kind of Maya.
Maybe many of you had never had this kind of Maya.
So that's very fortunate.
So that is very fortunate. Question by Geetika Reddy. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj, please tell us how enthusiastically you are engaged in Krishna conscious with Srila Prabhupada when you were a youth. Please tell us how we can also remain in ISKCON and be enthusiastic like you, Maharaj, so that we will never leave ISKCON and always remain as enthusiastic as you are till today.
I wanted to find a real guru.
I wanted to find a real guru.
And I was looking at different gurus,
And I was looking at different gurus,
different spiritual leaders,
different spiritual leaders,
but they're all lacking in certain ways.
but they are all were lacking in certain ways.
Then I met the disciples of Srila Prabhupada,
And then I met the disciples of Srila Prabhupada.
and I saw that he was very committed devotees.
And I saw that they were very committed devotees.
I went to see Prabhupada,
And then I went to see Srila Prabhupada.
and I had by his mercy,
And I had by his mercy,
I was engaged in his service.
I was engaged in his service.
So then I was actually initiated 52 years ago on 24th of July.
I was actually initiated 52 years ago on 24th July.
About 2 weeks after I was initiated,
About 2 weeks after I was initiated,
I was made as the temple president of Montreal, Canada.
I was made as the temple president of Montreal, Canada.
I wrote to Prabhupada, I'm very young, I'm only 19. How can I be the temple president?
I wrote to Prabhupada, I'm very young, I'm only 19, how can I be the temple president?
He told me, don't be body conscious.
He told me, don't be body conscious.
You're not the body.
You are not the body.
Do the service.
Do the service.
And I said, well, I'm not a very old devotee.
And I said, well, I'm not a very old devotee.
He said, I'll guide you.
He said, I will guide you.
So I had no choice.
So I had no choice.
And I said how my father wanted me to fight in the U.S. Army.
And I said how my father wants me to fight in the U.S. Army.
He told me that better you fight in the Krishna's army.
He told me that better you fight in the Krishna's army.
Since then I've been in Krishna's army.
So since then I've been in Krishna's army.
And he told me to be an Indian citizen.
Then he told me be an Indian citizen.
So by his mercy I was able to be an Indian citizen.
So by his mercy I was able to be an Indian citizen.
But then I realized how Prabhupada had endured so much.
So then I realized how Srila Prabhupada has endured so much.
To give us Krishna consciousness.
He gave us Krishna consciousness.
How much we owe to Prabhupada.
How much we owe to Prabhupada.
Like a debt we can never repay.
Our debt we can never repay.
So I've been trying to repay it.
So I have been trying to repay it.
But I'm still unable.
But I am still unable.
But I'm trying.
So I am trying.
I think that if you all realize how much Prabhupada has given you, how much his disciples have given you,
I think if you realize how much Srila Prabhupada has given you, how much his disciple had given you,
as it said, Prabhupada visited himself personally to Malaysia.
as you said, Prabhupada himself personally visited to Malaysia.
He went to KL, to Ipoh,
He went to
Penang.
He went to KL, Teluk Intan, Ipoh, Penang.
And he wanted to give his mercy to all of you.
He wanted to give his mercy to all of you.
How you do not feel enthusiastic
How you cannot feel enthusiastic
to help someone who has done so much for you?
to help someone who have done so much for you? Question by Raghuvamshi Das.
Wow.
My question is, how the youths in Malaysia as an Islamic country can propagate or share about the importance of cow protection? Thank you very much, Srila Guru Maharaj. Your servant, Raghuvamshi Ramadas.
I haven't studied the Quran minutely,
I haven't studied the Quran minutely,
but I understand that there are verses there that say we should not kill cow.
I understand that there are verses there which says that we should not kill cows.
We know that the current pandemic
We know that the current pandemic
is not a human disease.
is not a human disease.
It comes from animals.
It comes from the animals.
So because people kill animals,
So because people kill animals,
eat the flesh,
eat the flesh,
that's why they're suffering.
therefore they are suffering.
So all these things, now is a good time to teach the people not to kill animals.
So all this, it is a good time to preach to people. It's not good to kill animals.
This pandemic comes from animals.
This pandemic comes from animals.
And previously, there was a MERS pandemic that comes from mistreating cows.
Previously, there was a mass pandemic that came from mistreating cows.
But before that, there was a swine flu,
Before that, there was a swine flu,
which comes from the mistreatment of swines
which comes from the mistreatment of swines
in the USA.
in USA.
So you don't hear about tomato pandemic or
We don't hear about tomato pandemic or
cucumber pandemic,
cucumber pandemic,
swine flu, pig flu, cow flu.
swine flu, pig flu, cow flu.
This present pandemic is from bats or something.
So this present pandemic is from bats or something.
Anyway, give the people to chant the name of God.
So anyway, give the people to chant the names of God.
And then use this opportunity to request of people, at least during this pandemic, to not kill and eat animals.
Use this opportunity to request people, at least during this pandemic, do not kill and eat the animals.
And maybe if they get the habit of being vegetarian, and they won't kill animals in the future.
So maybe they will forget the habit of being vegetarian and maybe will not kill the animals in the future.
At least not cows.
At least not cows.
Lord Chaitanya discussed this with the Chandkazi.
Lord Chaitanya, he discussed this with the Chandkazi.
He said that the cow gives you milk,
He said that the cow gives you milk
and the bull plows the field.
and the bull plows the field.
So that way the cow is your mother,
In that way, cow is your mother
and the bull is your father.
and the bull is your father.
How is it that in your religion they allow you to kill your mother and brother and eat them?
And how is that in your religion they allow you to kill your mother and father and eat them?
Then the Chandkazi said, well, in your Shastra,
And the Chandkazi said, well, in your Shastra,
it has the Gomeda,
it has the Go Meda,
where you sacrifice a cow.
the sacrifice of the cows.
Lord Chaitanya explained that this is prohibited in the present age.
But Lord Chaitanya explained that this is prohibited in the present age.
Gomeda and Aswameda are prohibited.
Go Meda and Ashwamedha is prohibited.
But in previous yugas, the Brahmanas were so powerful that they would kill an old cow and bring it back to life with a new body.
In the previous yugas, the Brahmanas were very powerful that they would kill the cows and bring them back to life with the new bodies.
So like this, Lord Chaitanya was preaching at that time
So like this, Lord Chaitanya was preaching at that time
when there was an Islamic government.
when there was an Islamic government.
So, with all respect, he was in this way preaching very dynamically.
With all respect, he was in this way preaching very dynamically.
So, I don't think that it's impossible to preach. We should do so.
I don't think that it is impossible to preach. We should do so
In a very respectful and assertive manner.
in a very respectful and assertive manner.
And now with this pandemic, which is basically crippling the whole world,
Now with this pandemic which is basically crippling the whole world,
that the killing of animals is the source of this pandemic.
that the killing of the animal is the source of this pandemic.
So he should avoid this.
So we should avoid this.
Hare Krishna.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.